Charlotte County has been discovered and we are experiencing a housing boom. Hi, I'm Elizabeth Spirillo. Join us on this episode of Let's Talk Charlotte when we sit down with Commissioner Joe Tiseo to talk about how this is affecting our infrastructure, water quality, and quality of life. Thank you for joining us, Commissioner. We are experiencing quite the boom. We have been discovered, our little piece of paradise here in Southwest Florida. How is that affecting our infrastructure?
Well, good morning, and thanks for having me today. I moved here about 4 decades ago, and I've seen a lot change in Charlotte County. I can remember growing up, there was one light on US 41, and Midway was a 4-way stop. So we've seen the demand for infrastructure increase as Charlotte County's been discovered. It's a beautiful place. It's a coastal community. We rely on our quality of life with our water resources, and people from around the country and around the world have discovered what we have to offer, and it has had a great demand on our infrastructure.
What are some of those challenges that we've seen, and what are we doing to overcome those challenges?
Well, one of the things the county has done is we've created a 20-year capital improvement plan, and we try to forecast on the future needs of Charlotte County for infrastructure. One, that helps with budgeting, and two, it helps with planning so we can execute our comprehensive plan. One of the big things that we look at is certain infrastructure projects like road widening, water, wastewater treatment, reuse water. Also, public facilities to meet the need of the new residents. We have to build public buildings such as police stations, firehouses, schools, and other public buildings to accommodate the growth and deliver the services that people expect.
Now, didn't we just raise our impact fees to help with some of that with infrastructure?
Yes, impact fees are a fee for new development and new growth in Charlotte County, and those fees go into certain categories like transportation, public safety such as the sheriff, fire, libraries, and public buildings. Very important elements to help fund the infrastructure. It doesn't cover all the costs, but it helps supplement other sources of revenue to pay for those improvements.
Okay. Now, what are some of the projects that are going on that we're working with our partners to the north and south of us in Sarasota County and Lee County?
Well, we're part of the MPO, Metropolitan Planning Organization, and on that board is a member of the City of Punta Gorda. We have 3 county commissioners as well, a member of the Airport Authority, as well as our district liaison for FDOT. And we work together to constantly look at our strategic intermodal system. And through those discussions, we plan for infrastructure, not just including roads, but bicycle paths, sidewalks, walkways, and trails. So we're able to handle all the demands that our new population brings. We also just had a joint meeting with the City of Northport. We worked on collaborative issues such as water quality and infrastructure like a new interchange for I-75 between Toledo Blade and Kings Highway. So we constantly try to reach out to our friends to the north and south. We also have joint meetings with Sarasota County as well as Lee County to work on joint agenda items that we can collaborate and meet the needs from a more strategic regional approach.
Now, when it comes to water quality, we're a coastal community, so it's an important thing to our residents and for the tourism industry. What are some of the issues that we find ourselves dealing with water quality?
One Charlotte, One Water is the holistic approach to water quality Charlotte County takes to ensure its policies and practices contribute to the long-term health, enjoyment, and availability of our water. It treats all water, our harbor, rivers, bays, canals, creeks, potable water, wastewater, stormwater, and reclaimed water as one water.
And what does that mean to our community to be looking at it in that holistic sense? And why is that so important?
Well, it's very important because, water is one of our most cherished resources here in Florida, obviously for drinking water, and we talked earlier about infrastructure. We have to ensure that we have good quality drinking water for all our residents now and into the future. Also we want people who enjoy water as a matter of quality of life. When you go to the beaches, you go to Charlotte Harbor, or you go kayaking, we want to make sure that our water is in the best quality and condition that we can bring to the residents of Charlotte County.
We have one of the second largest estuaries in Florida, and,
Yes.
and we really, that is one of the things that brings a lot of tourism here is our water and fishing and kayaking and going to the beach. It's one of the things that I'm sure people really enjoy about this area.
Yes, absolutely. Tourism is really big here in Charlotte County. Not only does it bring people into Charlotte County, it helps with our tax base here in Charlotte County, and those tourism dollars and the money that tourism brings to the county helps our local businesses, helps the economy, and helps us with our infrastructure, because that's where a lot of that money goes to.
Mm-hmm. Now, quality of life starts with community. We're here today in the newly constructed Family Services Building, which helps serves some of our most vulnerable populations. Let's talk about the process of getting this building here in fruition.
Yeah, so this Family Services Center project was part of the 2014 sales tax. And as you can see behind me, it's all about empowering people to help themselves and help each other. It's not about creating dependency, but it's about creating independence for people who have a need. We've partnered with a number of nonprofits here in Charlotte County to help with anything from after-school programs through the Boys and Girls Club to mental health issues and substance abuse. And what we found is that nonprofits are a great partner here in Charlotte County for the residents. They provide the personnel and programming that government just can't do in an efficient and effective manner. And they help identify problems before they become too large. And that type of intervention is really needed for the underserved population here in Charlotte County.
Okay, that was my next question, is that our community is filled with nonprofits
Yes.
and volunteers. What kind of work are they doing in our community?
Oh, I can't say enough about our nonprofits. Before I became a commissioner, I really didn't recognize how much of an impact that those nonprofits have on our community. But after I got elected, I started working with some of the nonprofits here in Charlotte County, and I came to learn how great the volunteerism is in Charlotte County, with a lot of our retirees and others that just want to give back to the community. And those volunteer hours are so important because those folks are helping the underserved here in the county in the delivery of services that people need. When COVID hit and everybody was kind of going into a lockdown mode, you saw our nonprofits step up to fill the void, whether it was delivering food, medicine, and helping people who were homebound and couldn't get out of their home. I've just come to really appreciate what the nonprofits do. And the Family Services Center for some time was a little off track in getting constructed. And when I realized how much of an impact that this facility could have on the county, I really stepped up to push this project to get it where it is today. Right now we're interviewing here in our Phase 1 of the Family Services Center, which again was part of the 2014 sales tax. Phase 2 is on board. It was part of the 2020 sales tax, and hopefully that phase will be completed by 2025. But these types of facilities will help expand the services to meet the growing needs of our county. And really there's a huge net benefit to the taxpayer, because if we don't have facilities and programs like we have here at the Family Services Center, those folks are going to fall through the cracks, and they're going to need other services somewhere along the line. So what we try to do is identify those problems early before they become a larger problem. So really the net benefit to the taxpayers through these facilities are really great. And this model that we've created here, from my understanding, is kind of a one-off model, and there are people from around the country kind of looking at Charlotte County now to see exactly what's going on here at the Family Services Center. In addition, our Human Services Department is going to migrate over here. Some of their staff is here now. When Phase 2 is completed, the rest of the department's going to move here. So we're going to have on-site human services here, also to help with the intake. And so, we're going to be here right at the point of contact.
Now, there's lots of nonprofits and the human services that have volunteer opportunities. What about some of the volunteer opportunities within county government? We have lots of different boards that people can volunteer on.
Well, that's a great question. So when I first got involved in Charlotte County government, it was on a landscape committee. I was having issues with how the landscaping was on US 41. This goes back to about 2012. And I came to a board meeting and I was told there's a landscape committee that was forming. So I asked if I could be on the committee. And so I was put on that committee. It was about 1 year committee. We had a task to perform. We finished that task within a 1 year time frame, and it was disbanded. So that was kind of my first entrance into local government. And after that, I was just on the Charlotte County website, and I saw that they had advertising for boards and committee vacancies. So I saw there was a vacancy for the Board of Zoning Appeals. I sent my resume in, and I got appointed to that right around 2014. And I served on that, and then it ultimately led me to run for county commission. So when you volunteer, you never know where you're going to end up. I ended up becoming a public servant. So it was a real great journey for me. But anybody who's interested in wanting to have an impact in their local government, I would suggest just go to our website. We advertise all our boards and committee vacancies there, and there's something for everybody. We have parks and recreation, we have roads, street, drainage, things like that, waterways, canals. So if any of those things interest you, even construction industry, there's just a whole array of different committees that you can choose from, and just send in your resume.
And you'll have a firsthand, contribution to improving your community.
Absolutely, you'll have a seat at the table. I mean, not that you have to be on a committee for the Board of County Commissioners to listen to you, but you're making recommendations to the board. So when you're on these committees, you're micromanaging the issue, and then you send your recommendation to the Board of County Commissioners for us to hear what you have to say and how you want your tax dollars spent or what policies you want crafted. So it's just a great way to get involved in government and have a seat at the table.
All right. Well, very good. Thank you, Commissioner Tiseo, for joining us today. If you're interested in volunteering for any of the different volunteer opportunities, you can always go to our website at charlottecountyfl.gov.